What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome to the final round. I'm your host, Isaiah, and welcome to today's episode where I'm going to be going over just a tiny little bit of great, maybe amazing, maybe bad. It depends on who you are. Fight news that I'm posting this video a bit late. It happened over the weekend, but it's so good that it caused me to celebrate. I'm going to put on my fighting arts glasses I got at 316. So look at this great news. It's over. He's gone. John Jones has officially fucking retired. All right. His days of holding up the division, wasting Tom's time, wasting the entire heavyweight division's time, wasting our time. It's over. We're free. Just take a breath. All right. It has been almost 4 to 5 years, this heavyweight division has been in the shitter. All right. In 2020, in March 2020, when Francis Ngannou won that belt against Stipe Miocic, we thought, man, we can't wait for this guy's reign. He's going to do some great things. He's going to defend a lot. And then because he didn't want to defend the belt in August and he wanted to go home to Cameroon, Dana White got classically, like he usually does, butthurt and made a bullshit interim title for Cyril Gahn and Derek Lewis that made zero sense just to, you make a unified title match. They do that in 2022. No, they do it in 2021. Sorry. Mine's dealing with the heat. Hot shit. It's like 100 degrees out right now. Got the AC going, but damn. But 2021, they fight to unify the belts. Francis beats him because Cyril Gahn, as I have said once, and will always say before, he has all the talent in the world, but it is a complete waste of talent because he doesn't try enough. But they fight, Francis wins, and then a whole year goes by, right? A whole year of conflict and negotiations between Francis and the UFC. Nothing gets done. No heavyweight title is booked for the entire year of 2021 other than in January. And then come 2022, right in the beginning of 2022, well, the first cards, it gets leaked. John Jones versus Cyril Gahn for the heavyweight title. Francis is gone. And everyone was like, oh, it's John's going to save the division. John's coming back. Well, how much of a fool we were to think that, because while Francis did hold up his division by not fighting and dealing with bullshit with the UFC, John Jones came in, beat wasted talent, Cyril Gahn, and you saw how easy it was for him in that fight. Just got him down and made him tap. And then he says he wants to fight Stipe Miocic, International Fight Week 290, and then he does what John does. He ghosts and goes quiet. And then it gets booked. Stipe versus John. MSG 295. But if they had fought at 290, no one would have given a shit. It's because after 290, an actual contender became real in Sergey Pavlovich, right? And then they book Stipe and John, 295. John gets injured, cancel the fight, and then they make Tom Aspinall versus Sergey Pavlovich, interim heavyweight title. And that's when it all went to shit, as we all know. Tom Aspinall beats Sergey in the first round, gets the interim title. And you would think John and Tom would be the next fight, but no. Dana White. Dana White. And this is how I've been feeling about Dana White lately, right? Dana White. Bald fraud! You're a fucking bald fraud. You fucking. I'm not even gonna say I'll probably get this video banned, but They say, hey, no, Tom Aspinall will not be fighting John next. Stipe will be fighting John next. And as everyone knows, it ain't gonna be until 309, a whole year later at MSG, because he wants to fight his last fight at MSG, and he did. And it's so bad that Tom Aspinall had to defend his interim belt. Like, come on, defend an interim belt, and then became the longest reigning interim champion of all time in the UFC. And John beat Stipe's reign with one defense and beat Stipe at 309. And then look at Stipe. Hadn't fought since he lost to Francis and beat no other contenders. It was basically a retired firefighter who was not ranked in the division. And then yada yada yada. Many months go on. We're all waiting patiently. We need the announcement. Dana keeps sucking his song. They keep avoiding it. And then he retires. He retires. John retires. And then we can send his ass toward the trash can because now we have the real heavyweight champ. And I'm going to give a probably controversial opinion, but this is what I believe. I don't think John was ever the heavyweight champion. I think he came in, I mean, he beat, okay, I think he was the champion when he beat Cyril Gahn. When he got injured and Tom won that interim belt, John was no longer the champ. Tom was the champ. Because then Tom was, in my opinion, went and defended against Curtis. And then John had a fun fight against a retired firefighter who wasn't ranked. So, in my mind, John Jones' heavyweight reign, non existent, never existed. I fully count Tom Aspinall's heavyweight title win over Sergey Pavlovich as the real one. His first defense as the real one, and then his second defense probably against Almeida or Cyril Gahn most likely will be his second defense in my opinion. John was never the champion in my opinion. I'm glad he's gone. You can't hold up the division anymore. Go beat your wife again. Go snort some coke. Go do a hit and run. Go do something, John. We no longer want you. We no longer need you. We have an active heavyweight champ. And hopefully, I hope I don't eat my words, hopefully a champion who will reign for a while and keep this division moving. But in terms of the state of the UFC, guys, fucking Hunter, Mick, Sean, and Dana, the way they're working fights and the way they're scheduling fights, in my opinion, is completely awful. And it's all favored toward their Saudi friends over in Abu Dhabi because, as you see, all the cards that go over to that side of the world get stacked. Like you look at the July 26th Abu Dhabi card, you got Robert Whitaker versus Reiner de Ritter. You have Piotr Jan versus Marcus McGee. You have, let me look, because that card is stacked. Mosvar Evola versus Aaron Pico. Shara Butin Magomedov versus Mark Andre Barrios. Alright. Bryce Mitchell, Saeed Nurmagomedov. Dude, they stack these cards. They stack these cards, right? And then you look at cards that happen here, like the Apex. You look at that fucking Barber versus, or the supposed Barber versus Blanchard card that turned into a Gamma versus Klein card. Complete dog shit card. Some of the pay-per-views are stacking. Other than 317 and 316, most of the pay-per-views aren't stacked well. Like hell, before Justin Tafel pulled out of his fight this weekend at 317, Justin Tafel versus Jonathan Denise was on the main card of International Fight Week over Brandon Royval and Josh Mann, over Royal Coppa and Jack Hermanson, over, you know, plenty of fights that didn't deserve to be on the main card, over these fat slob heavyweights. All right, UFC needs to get better. UFC needs to try harder. All right, but yeah, that's just a little rant by me. Um, there's no care. There's no promote. Not enough promotion anymore. They don't promote their fights anymore. You get Dana on a little video saying these are the fights this week. Yada yada yada. No promotion. All right. I don't. Boxing hasn't been doing well, but the promotion from boxing is 10 times better than the UFC ever was. When the UFC had Conor, their promotion was amazing. They gave up after Conor left. They don't promote anybody. They don't. And now they're making fights that don't make sense. Like Yair versus Volk still rumored to be happening. When Mosvar or Volk definitely deserved a shot, but and then Dana White saying Mosvar is likely to might most likely getting the title shot if he beats Pico. Like, dude, he should have got the title shot without fighting Pico. But that's just my opinion. He just doesn't make the fights that need to happen, and the sport is grateful for having him. At this point, we need to enter a new era of UFC where we need a new president and we need new commentators and we need new judging, you know. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Anything is appreciated, and stay tuned for my breakdown of UFC 317 that I will be releasing this week. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.